launching the next generation of news. 23 News at 6 starts now.
Good evening and welcome to 23 News at 6. I'm Mike Garrigan.
And I'm Marissa Shear in for Whitney Martin tonight. Thanks for joining us. Well, Rockford makes a national list for having two of the most dangerous neighborhoods in the country. Coming up, what police are doing to fight crime.
But first, we start with tonight's headlines. A gun safe is pulled out of the Kishwaukee River this morning by the Rockford Airport. The Winnebago County Sheriff's Office says last night someone called about it being in the river. Investigators aren't sure where it came from. As of right now, we don't know if there are weapons still inside.
Two buildings were demolished on South Galena Avenue this morning in Freeport. The old Ioko gas station and a residential home turned into rubble as city crews knocked down their 30th and 31st abandoned or vacant buildings in the last 11 months. The city is putting an emphasis on the cleanup of highway corridors that lead in and out of Freeport.
Meantime, Freeport police need our help finding a missing teenager. Police say 14-year-old Autumn Ford was last seen Saturday night when she left the downtown cruise night after an argument with family. Police say she has gone off on her own before but has never stayed away this long. She is 5'2", 175 pounds, and was last seen wearing a black tank top, black shorts, black sandals, and a pink hooded sweatshirt.
Well, Rockford makes another negative list for dangerous neighborhoods, but Rockford police say don't believe everything you hear. We're talking about the area around 7th Street and East Jefferson. NeighborhoodScout.com says according to FBI data from 2012, it's the 5th most dangerous neighborhood in the country. The website says 89 out of every 1,000 people were victims of violent crime. The neighborhood around North Rockton and West State was also on that list as the 18th most dangerous. Rockford police say it's more important that we focus on what's happening in those areas now, not what was happening 2 years ago.
And in 2014, that's where the biggest decrease in crime has been in the city. So, it kind of negates the really strong work of the neighborhood associations that are in there.
We have a link to that full list of dangerous neighborhoods on WIFR.com. Just click on the Operation Safer Streets page.
Nearly a dozen people have been arrested in connection with a string of armed robberies. Rockford police say they're cracking down on serious gun crimes. 23
News reporter Shannon Smith explains how officers are using different ways to clean up our streets.
Well, Mike and Marissa, it's called Operation Hydra, a change from the typical police investigation. Detectives tell me this is a more focused approach, allowing them to arrest several people who could be responsible for a number of armed robberies along North Main Street. Officers say they want to have more details like this as a strategic approach at catching criminals instead of just sending out more police patrols along streets like North Main. Detectives say they're going after suspects with the help of the Winnebago County Violent Crime Task Force. One of those people caught through Operation Hydra is 32-year-old Lionel Taylor last month. He's charged with the armed robbery of the subway on North Main. Police tell me they believe Taylor is responsible for 5 other robberies in that area last month. Operation Hydra also focuses on car thefts and shootings.
All right, thanks, Shannon. And officers say these crimes are happening mostly at night. Most are connected to gangs.
And these investigations are spread across the city. Meantime, some church leaders in Beloit say it's sad that it takes death to bring their community together, but that they'll take the unity however they can. 23
News reporter George Rodas shows us how people in Beloit are reacting to what's been a very violent year.
Beloit police say this has been the deadliest year in their city in roughly the last 20 to 25 years. The scene of 2 of those homicides this year is here at Summit Park. As you can see, there are a number of community members taking their park back.
It's hurting to know that, you got 16, 15-year-olds losing their lives for randomness, really.
16-year-old Jose Carruthers Paramo was Beloit's 6th murder victim this year. As his family continues to grieve, gospel music fills the air at Summit Park, just feet away from where he died. Some church leaders in Beloit are bringing together the masses and fighting crime their own way by taking back their parks, their streets, Police say they need the help.
As law enforcement officers or as a police department, we can't do it all by ourselves. We can't stop the violence by ourselves.
Some pastors here in Beloit say that love is what's missing in the lives of those who take to the streets for violence and drug dealing, and they're offering that to those who feel there is no other way than to live on the streets. In Beloit, George Rodas, 23 News.
Some church leaders were able to invite a nationally known pastor from Atlanta to speak to the community.
And with him were 20 young men and women from all over the country sharing their testimonials about leaving lives of violence and crime.
Good to see some positive things happening up in Beloit.
Absolutely.
Well, a major aerospace company visits the state line, what it means for local business. That story is coming up next.
But first, let's check in with Chief Meteorologist Mark Henderson in the 23 Storm Team Weather Lab. Beautiful day today. Will it last through the weekend?
Unfortunately, it does appear as though the weekend is going to be a little bit more unsettled here, Mike and Marissa, but right now things are pretty darn nice for most of the area. There are just a very few tiny clusters of showers that have popped up here in a widely scattered fashion over the past several hours, but nothing impactful whatsoever. One over northern portions of Winnebago County, just west of Roscoe and Rockton, northern portions of McChesney Park moving to the southeast, another one over western Ogle County, and then one over northeastern Lee County. That's it right now. These are in weakening phase and will continue to do so here as time progresses. A scattering of clouds accompanies these very widely scattered showers, and that's it. So if you get under one of these, you may see a shower for a 5 to 10 minute time period. That should be it, though. Skies otherwise partly cloudy, very, very pleasant conditions. Details, though, on a little bit more of the unsettled pattern here for the weekend and beyond coming up.
Thank you, Mark. We'll see you in a few. Aerospace giant Lockheed Martin met with local companies today in Rockford's second supplier symposium this year.
They're the second mega corporation to visit the state line to meet with companies who want to be suppliers. Lockheed Martin says they're not looking for suppliers at the moment, but new partnerships could be forged over the next few years.
Where Americans are spending their money and a cuddly way to calm flyers' nerves. Here's tonight's Money Watch. This winter's cold weather sent consumer spending down, but it doesn't look like the warmer weather is doing all that much to help. The Commerce Department says retail sales were flat from June to July. Americans spent more on food and gas, which left less money to spend on big-ticket items like cars. Flying could get a lot more cuddly. British Airways is launching the Pause and Relax channel in September. The in-flight entertainment will show programs featuring cute and cuddly cats and dogs and other fuzzy creatures. The company's CEO says they hope the channel will help calm nervous flyers and rowdy kids. And check out the latest business venture from Kate Middleton's younger brother James, called Boomf. It prints Instagram and Facebook photos on marshmallows. A box of 9 minis costs $25 and can be shipped to the U.S. in 3 days. Those are not the ones you want to use as s'mores, though. Just a little tip. No. On Wall Street, the Dow is up for the third time in the last 4 sessions, picking up about 90 points today, while the local numbers later in the newscast.
Here's a look at what we're working on for the 23 News update at 10.
It's a dangerous world. Coming up tonight at 10, how local kids are learning to play it safe.
But still head on 23 News at 6. Working high in the sky. It's a scary job, but somebody's got to do it. Coming up, why these guys were on top of one of Chicago's tallest buildings.
But next on 23 News at 6, there's a new stroke risk in tonight's Health Watch. What you need to know before having surgery.